The marble lobby fell silent as bank executives laughed at the woman in running clothes and a baseball cap. Vanessa Mitchell stood calmly as they denied her ownership claim. "This bank isn't for sale to someone like you." The manager sneered with contempt. What they didn't know was that Vanessa's husband had already purchased it, and when he walked through those doors, their laughter would turn to shock. The morning sun cast long shadows across the quiet streets of Oakridge as Vanessa Mitchell maintained her steady jogging pace. At 55, she still had the energy of someone decades younger. Her silver blonde hair was pulled back in a simple ponytail beneath her navy cap, and the familiar weight of her water bottle bounced against her hip as she rounded the corner toward Miller Park. This daily ritual had been her sanctuary for years, long before she met Richard, long before their lives had changed so dramatically. To the neighbors who waved as she passed, she was just that nice Mitchell woman, the one who volunteered at the library and always remembered birthdays. Vanessa slowed as she approached the community bulletin board at the park entrance. A bright yellow notice caught her eye, forcing her to stop completely. Oakridge Community Bank, closure notice. She pulled the paper closer, scanning the details with growing concern. 30 days? They're giving everyone just 30 days? She muttered, reading further about the acquisition by National Financial Group, a corporate giant known for shuttering local branches and eliminating personalized services. Vanessa thought of Mrs. Henderson, who at 87 still walked to the bank every Friday to deposit her small pension check. She thought of the loan officer who had helped countless local businesses get their start. This bank wasn't just a building. It was the financial heartbeat of Oakridge. Her morning run forgotten, Vanessa pulled out her phone and dialed Richard. "It's me. Are you seeing this notice about Oakridge Community Bank?" She listened, her expression shifting from concern to thoughtful determination. "I know you're in meetings all day, but this is important. Remember what we discussed last month?" Another pause. "Exactly. I'm going to head over there now and see what's really happening. No need to change your schedule. I'll handle the preliminary conversation." Hanging up, Vanessa checked her watch. The bank would be opening in 20 minutes. She hadn't planned on visiting a financial institution in her running clothes, but this couldn't wait. Some things were more important than appearances. As she jogged toward the bank, memories flooded back, her own struggles before meeting Richard. The skeptical loan officers who wouldn't give her small bookstore a chance. The financial advisor who spoke to her like she was a child. The countless times she'd been dismissed because she didn't fit someone's image of success. That had been 15 years ago, before her bookstore had grown into a regional chain, before she'd met Richard Mitchell at a publishing conference, before their partnership, both romantic and professional, had transformed their lives. But Vanessa had never forgotten what it felt like to be judged based on appearances. It was why, despite their considerable wealth, she still drove her old sedan, still shopped at the local farmer's market, still kept her morning runs through the neighborhood. It wasn't an act, it was who she was. Arriving at the bank's glass doors, Vanessa took a moment to catch her breath. Through the windows, she could see the staff setting up for the day, men and women in press suits arranging paperwork and preparing teller stations. They looked efficient, professional, and completely unaware that their corporate overseers were planning to eliminate their jobs within the month. Vanessa straightened her shoulders. She wasn't just here as Richard Mitchell's wife. She was here as someone who understood the value of community, of personal connection, of treating people with dignity, regardless of their account balance. The bank manager unlocked the door, eyeing Vanessa's athletic attire with barely disguised disapproval. With a deep breath, Vanessa stepped inside. The bank's interior was all polished marble and mahogany, designed to evoke tradition and stability. As Vanessa entered, hushed conversations and clicking keyboards momentarily paused. Several employees glanced up, their expressions ranging from curiosity to dismissal when they saw her casual outfit. "Can I help you?" asked a young receptionist, her tone indicating she doubted she could. Yes, Vanessa said, her voice confident despite being dressed in running clothes among suits and ties. I'd like to speak with the manager regarding the closure notice. The receptionist's professionally pleasant smile didn't reach her eyes. Do you have an appointment? No, but this is rather urgent. I see, the receptionist replied, skepticism dripping from her words. May I ask what this is concerning? Vanessa considered her response carefully. It's about a potential alternative to the planned closure. This caught the receptionist's attention. She picked up her phone, whispering something Vanessa couldn't quite catch. After a brief conversation, she gestured toward a waiting area. Miss Kensington will be with you shortly. You can take a seat over there. Vanessa nodded her thanks and sat down, noticing how the leather chair seemed to emphasize her out-of-place attire. She caught snippets of whispered comments from nearby employees. Probably wants to complain about her mortgage. Like she could do anything about the closure. Shouldn't she be at the gym instead? She ignored them, focusing instead on the framed photographs lining the walls, images of Oakridge through the decades, the bank prominently featured in many community celebrations. After 15 minutes, longer than necessary, Vanessa suspected, a tall blonde woman in an immaculate gray suit approached. Her smile was practiced, her handshake brief. I'm Patricia Kensington, branch manager. I understand you have questions about our transition. She led Vanessa toward her office, clearly intending to contain whatever complaint this inappropriately dressed woman might have. Actually, Vanessa replied, I'm here to discuss a potential purchase. Patricia froze mid-stride, turning slowly. Purchase? Yes, of the bank. The manager's laugh was instant and dismissive. Ma'am, banks aren't like grocery stores. You can't just walk in and buy them, especially not. Her eyes flicked over Vanessa's running clothes. Especially not someone like me? Vanessa finished for her, voice level. Patricia's expression shifted to the practiced customer service smile. What I mean is, acquisitions are handled at the corporate level through proper channels. Currently, National Financial Group has already begun the purchase process. I'm aware, Vanessa said, but their offer isn't finalized. I believe there's still an opportunity for alternative arrangements that would better serve this community. By now, their conversation had drawn attention. Several employees had positioned themselves within earshot, barely disguising their interest. Patricia's smile tightened. Perhaps you'd like to speak with one of our financial advisors about investment opportunities more suitable for your situation? That won't be necessary. I'd like to discuss making an offer for the entirety of Oakridge community. Hank. A snicker came from somewhere behind them. Patricia didn't bother hiding her amusement now. Ms. Mitchell. Vanessa Mitchell. Ms. Mitchell, banking acquisitions involve millions of dollars, complex regulations, and financial backing that, frankly, she gestured vaguely at Vanessa's appearance. You seem to be making assumptions about my financial capacity based on my current attire, Vanessa observed calmly. Patricia's smile was condescending. Look, I appreciate community spirit, but this isn't a bake sale fundraiser. This is a multi-million-dollar financial institution. More employees had gathered now, some openly smirking. Perhaps if you made an appointment and returned with your financial advisor, and in more appropriate attire, we could at least hear your concerns about the closure. Vanessa noticed how the staff exchanged glances, some rolling their eyes. She maintained her composure, remembering why she was here. This wasn't about her pride. It was about the community that depended on this bank. I don't need to make an appointment, Vanessa said calmly. And I don't need a financial advisor. What I need is for you to take my offer seriously. Patricia's professional veneer cracked slightly, replaced by visible irritation. She gestured to her office. Fine. We can discuss this privately.